let's employ change. Let's be the boss. Hello, today is day 81, and so by our countdown that means we have 19, no, just 19 days more. Let's see how far we've gone. 42 minutes in. So yeah, today we're going to talk about the power of change. Yes, the power of change. And yesterday we talked about the power of making memories, and I remember saying yesterday that there are a lot of things that change, and because of those changes people cannot be together forever. If you've not watched that video, I'll link it in the description box below. Check it out and let me know your thoughts. So yeah, today we're going to talk about the power of change, and just thinking about change, I just feel that change is something that is constant. In fact, there's a saying that says change is the only constant thing in life. I don't think if you've heard about that saying. I've heard about that saying, and I actually agree. I agree with that concept that change is the only constant thing in life, because, you know, change is always happening one way or the other. People change, situations change, circumstances change. So yeah, there's always going to be changes, no matter whether we want it or not, or whether we desire it or not. Changes are going to be taking place all the time. And there are some changes that happen without us being able to affect it one way or the other. You know, changes that happen without, it doesn't tell us, without it doesn't need our opinion. Like, seasons will always change, whether we like it or not. You know, like maybe our age, that's one thing that's always going to be changing. We're growing older, we can't help it, you know. And maybe children also growing older, leaving the house, getting their own families. Those are changes that are kind of ingrained in life. We cannot help it. And there are some changes that we instigate ourselves, like maybe changing our career, or you want to change your car or something like that. And there are little changes that, like maybe changing what you eat for breakfast, and there are big changes like maybe changing your house or moving to a new country. You know, there are changes that are little, insignificant, you know, that doesn't affect us that much, like maybe changing the color of your room, of your wall paints or something, or big changes like maybe losing a loved one. You know, there are different kind of changes in life, but the main thing, the most important thing is that there will always be change, and change is going to be constant. And so we need to know how to react to change. I think that's the crux of the matter that I want to talk about today, is how do we react to change? How do we react to change? So as I was thinking about it, I'm thinking that there are different ways, a variety of ways in which we can actually react to change. Number one is to resist it, which is what most of us do. I do it a lot. And I mean, you can't blame us, because nobody wants change, because you're so comfortable in your status quo, you're so comfortable in your comfort zone, you don't want to change. It's not easy to change, you know, but yeah, that's one way to react to change, is to resist it. The other way to react to change is to fear it, you know, and most of us do fear change because, again, we are comfortable where we are and we don't want to change. Again, change can be negative or positive, so we are not only talking about positive change here, we are talking about change, all kinds of change. So yeah, we could fear it. Another way we could react to change is to try to control it, you know, try and prevent the change, try and change the change. You know, that's another way. And another way, the fourth way, is to respond to the change by embracing the change, by flowing with the change, going with the flow, and kind of learning through it, you know, learning something different, something new, and allowing the change to actually affect us positively. So that is the fourth way, and I think that fourth way is the main way. That's the only way, I think. That's the only way in which we can actually allow it to affect us positively. I don't know. How do you react to change? Let me know in the comment section below. How do you react to change? Changes that have happened in your life, either big or small, consequential or inconsequential. How have you actually reacted to that change or those changes? Let us know. Share your thoughts in the comment section. So for us to be able to make use of the power of change, and change is so powerful, then we need to respond in that fourth way. And what makes change so powerful is the fact that when things change, it kind of makes us to stop, to pause, and to think, and to begin to think of new ideas. Sometimes if things don't change, we never actually think of new ideas because we are so comfortable in our comfort zone. We are so relaxed and we just don't think. So change kind of sparks something in our brains, sparks something in our lives, and makes us to just realize that things can be different, and it helps us to begin to think of new ways of doing things. It challenges our creativity. It helps us to begin to think. Sometimes when things don't change and things are just the same, we don't think, and by not thinking, we are not able to move forward. So yeah, a lot of times when things change, that's one power of change. It helps us, it sparks a glow, it sparks a newness in us. It makes us to begin to look at things in different ways and look at new ideas. Another powerful thing about change is that it provides new opportunities. This one is so important because when things change, you are at a situation where you are thrown into a new environment entirely, or you are thrown into a new kind of life. You are forced to see new opportunities. You are forced to begin to do things in a different way. For example, one big change that happened in my life is my children going off to university, and it kind of just changed everything. Like, it's almost like I don't know what to do again, because sometimes, as mothers, our lives kind of, I won't say revolve around the children, but a lot of things we do, decisions we take, has to do with the children. What will the children eat? How will the children go to school? What will the children do? Yada yada yada, like that. And then all of a sudden the children are no longer there, and you're like, okay, what do I do? So, and this YouTube channel is also like a child of change, because having been forced to see that, okay, now I have a lot of free time in my hands, you begin to see new opportunities. You begin to see new possibilities of things that you probably felt you could not do before, and you are not able to do it because change has forced you. Change has opened your eyes, so to say. Yeah, so those are the powerful things that change brings with it. And I just want to encourage us that we should use the vehicle of change to change the trajectory of our lives. We should use change, not a servant. Let's employ change. Let's be the boss. Let's employ change and give it salary. Give it wages. Let's make change a vehicle through which we can move forward. Let's embrace the power of change. Let's see change as something positive, not negative. Even if it's negative change, let's see it as an opportunity to do something different, to change the trajectory of our lives, to turn our lives around, to begin to see new possibilities, to do new things, to hope new hopes, to go beyond, our comfort zone, and begin to see new horizons. So I don't know, I just want to encourage us today. Let's look at different parts of our lives where some changes are taking place. How are you responding to those changes? Are you resisting the change? Are you afraid of the change? Are you trying to control the change, or are you responding by flowing with the change and making the change something that is going to be pivotal in your lives? Those are the questions I want to ask us today, and I would like to know our thoughts. I don't know, what do you think about change? What's your opinion? What do you think about all the things I've talked about today? Let me know your opinion in the comment section, and I'm going to continue with my work and see you when I am done. So yes, today is done. We're done with the walk, and today we've talked about the power of change. Let's see how far we've gone. Yes, that's how far we've gone today. 66 minutes. 66 minutes. So today we've talked about the power of change, and I just want to believe and hope that the discussion has helped you one way or the other in viewing your response to change, embracing change, acknowledging that change is inevitable, and responding in the right way, in such a way that the change is not going to make us retrogress but make us to move forward. And it's been long since I asked this question: have you taken your walk today? I forgot to ask. But anyway, yeah, so that's all I have for today. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like if you're having any value from these videos that I'm sharing. Subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.